So today I'm going to be bringing y'all the 76 build that we've created together in NBA 2K25 Next Gen. And this build is actually going to be coming out to the Stretch 4 Paint Protector. Now, out of all NBA players, this one today, it does remind me of NBA champion Al Horford. Now, from top to bottom, bro, I'm telling you, this build is definitely stacked, and most especially on that defensive end. And even more so when it comes towards getting into that offensive side. This build is going to be able to do a little bit of everything. So I just want to say thank every single one of y'all for your support and stopping by. Rich Sosa back in the building. So if it was your first time coming, bro, be sure to hit that sub button if you know. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Now from here, man, we're all set to get into the breakdown of today's build. So the first thing we're doing is putting this one under the power forward position. For that height, let's go with 6'8". Getting into the weight, I'm going to go with 258. And then as far as for that wingspan today, leave this at 7 feet exactly. Now these are going to be the numbers in order to actually get the build name. Now from here, let's go ahead and move forward. So the first area, and I gotta say it's the most important for every single build that we make together on this channel. And the first area that I like to get into is going to be these physicals. That's going to allow you to see which animations, also badges you unlock, and takeovers throughout the build making. So I'm going to go with a 75 for my speed. As we get into that agility, I'm going to max this to a 76. Getting into that strength, man, I'm going to put this all the way up to a 91. And then for the actual vertical today, let's go all the way up to an 80. So as you can see already with this build, pretty balanced on this side of the ball. And you know, if you want to raise more out of that strength or even out of that speed, I can definitely see so. But I think these are going to be the main and perfect thresholds. You know, it's really a sweet spot when it comes towards animations and badges. So let's go ahead and first dive into the finishing. So when it comes towards that close shot today, I'm going to go with a 66. 46 when it comes towards my driving layup. As we get into the breakdown of that driving dunk, I'm going to go with a 66. Moving into that standing dunk, let's go all the way up to an 81. And as you can see, when it comes towards this post control, we're going to leave this at a 56. So just enough to get those upgraded standing dunk packages, the regular dunks as well. And then on top of that, bro, we're not done yet when it comes towards this offensive side. So when it comes towards the shooting today, on that mid-range shot, I'm going to put this all the way up to a 73. So just enough that you can still be a mid-range sparker. As far as when it comes towards this three-pointer, put this all the way up to an 83. And as you can see, that's what's special about this build. Because this rating, for those of y'all who don't know, it does allow you to get limitless range on that bronze tier. Now, I really make sure that I go into the breakdown of the builds before I put them out to y'all. That way you can actually get the best animations, you know, requirements, everything taken into account on this build. I want to be sure to do that for y'all. So when it comes towards this free throw today, I'm going to go up to a 61. And you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to buy boosts on this build. So take that into account. And I think the shooting, and even more so, the offense as a whole is nice. So when it comes towards this pass accuracy today, I'm going to put this up to a 65. 45 when it comes towards both the speed with ball and also the ball handle. So, you know, you get some of those upgraded passing styles when it comes towards this rating. On top of that, you do get those normal dribble animations. So I think that's perfect, because for those of y'all who don't know this tip, if you have the basic dribble moves compared to the normal, these moves are going to allow you to actually combo up. You're not going to stumble when you're trying to combo your moves together. So that's why I did decide to go with a 45 today. So the next area that we're diving into is going to be wrapping everything up on the defensive side. So I'm going to put my interior all the way up to an 82. As we get into that perimeter, I'm going to go with a 74. Moving into that steal, man, let's go all the way up to an 85. And as you can see with that block, let's go with an 84 here. Now, really with this build, bro, you can make your own types of changes and adjustments throughout the build making. But if you want to get this build name, man, I definitely recommend following along. And on top of that, bro, that's only going to elevate your game when it comes towards this defensive side. So let's go with a 92 when it comes towards the actual defensive. When it comes towards that offensive, I'm going to put this up to a 73. And you should be able to get maxed out at 99 overall just about here. So as far as for the defensive side, you can already see it shining more than the rest of the build. And truly, bro, I think that's what makes it great when it comes towards being, you know, a threat all around, but still really focusing on those defensive attributes. So let's say you're running with two offensive heavy scoring builds. I think this is going to be the perfect big man to throw into that lineup. Now, something that's going to make this build even better is going to be these badges. We don't get any out of the Legend or Hall of Fame tier, but look, we get Gold Interceptor. We also do get Rebound Chaser. Now, Pogo Stick, I really do like this badge a lot. And then when it comes towards Box Out Beast and Brick Wall, I think these are perfect. So even considering the level 2, tier upgrades for your badges, to throw them towards this gold area, I think that's a really good start. So as far as when it comes towards the silver, we get a good amount. So we get Immovable Enforcer, Paint Patroller, Post Lockdown, Slippery Off-Ball, Rise Up. From there, we also get Off-Ball Pass, High Flying Denier, and also Aerial Wizard. Now getting into the next set, we get Glove and also Set Shot Specialist. I think from this standpoint, there's nowhere in which we're really lacking, especially offensively. Because of these badges, it's really going to make up for what the animations and also the attributes are actually looking like. So when it comes towards these bronze badges, we get Shifty Shooter, Pick Dodger, you get Deadeye here, Limitless Range, On-Ball Menace, Break Starter, and Challenger. Now from there, we also do get Dimer. So, this build really does focus on being a true all-around build, especially if you want to take some away from the defensive end. I can definitely see that path. However, you're going to take a lot away from the defense that's really important. Now let me get into the breakdown of what I think is probably a key area on this build, and that's going to be the interior defense. To get Paint Patroller and Post Lockdown both on the silver tier, that's all you need to stop post scores. So even when it comes towards this 84 block, nothing higher, nothing lower, this is perfect. The rebounding, it's a little bit of an overkill, but I'm really trying to go for this build name. And on top of that, bro, I use an 88 to an 89 strength on my main build, so having a 91 is going to be perfect to combat those post masters and post scores. So when it comes towards these takeovers, as you can see, we get close to about 20. We get Board Beast, Eraser, Glass Gunner, Grit, Intimidator, Physicality, Spot Up Shooter, and the Claw. Now you also get the Commander, SWAT Specimen, Splash Tower, Paint Dominance, Horse, Great Wall, and Defensive Presence. So the ones that I truly like to go after on my personal main builds are the attributes that get a boost from an 8 all the way up to a 15. So just to lead y'all a little bit in the right direction, I like Glass Gunner, getting the +8 put towards both rebounding stats and the 3-point shot with a sharpshooting takeover ability. Now even if you wanted to go with the Claw to get that 99 steal, even with spoiler takeover ability, that's another great option. So one other one that I could definitely say I recommend, I'm going to give y'all 2. Horse to get See the Future takeover ability, and also the +7 but specifically towards the rebounding and vertical. Now you also do get Great Wall, which will give you a +15 put towards your strength, and I personally like this takeover to really stop those post scores and big men out there. Now even if you wanted to go with Fortress, that's another great option. The +8 put towards the strength and 3-pointer, you can't go wrong with it, man. Especially considering I know you were gonna buy boosts on this kind of build, especially towards that shooting area, so we can get a 90+ 3-point shot with a 99 strength with Fortress takeover. So just something to think about if you're trying to make this build. As far as when it comes towards these cap breakers, man, that's another really important area. So let's just go ahead and say you wanted to throw it more towards either the defensive end or even when it comes towards the rebounding, possibly the shooting. I think we're perfect out of this area, and you can even potentially go for the 70 rating on the driving dunk to get more dunk packages. It all comes down to the way that you see this build fit for yourself. However, I'm really enjoying that we can pretty much do everything from be a true scorer. That 81 standing dunk with a 66 driving is really going to be handy once we get those cap breakers unlocked. So even when it comes towards this mid-range shot and the 3-pointer, I think these are going to be key in order to be, a threat from the outside, especially with limitless range. I'm not too much worried about the pass accuracy. If y'all want a dribble tutorial, I will definitely be sure to, put a link down below, and also a tutorial of some of the best dribble moves that you can actually use on this build, man. So on top of that, for that defensive end, not much needs to be said about it. You're honestly a monster on this side of the ball. So if you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank every single one of y'all for your support. Now from here, man, let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that we all made this build correctly. So as you can see, when I previously made this build in Season 1, I did get that Al Horford comparison, but today we're getting Jaren Jackson Jr., John Collins, and Kenyon Martin. And together, we got the 76 build coming out to the Stretch 4 Paint Protector. I love this build name, man. It's throwing about 3 to 4 different names mixed into one, and that's something that I really am enjoying this year in NBA 2K25. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on today's build. Is there anything that you potentially would change or do to make this build a little bit better? Once again, man, God bless every single one of you. Shout out to the Rich family for making it to the very end. And if it was your first time coming through, Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family. And last but definitely not least, with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.